Welcome back. Today, think we might change the oil on this old Predator, and I'll show y'all how to do that. So I'll have to take the motor off because of, well, I might just keep it on there because it has a little port to drain into. You know what? I'll keep it on there. So teach y'all how to change the oil on a Predator 212. So if your bike's muddy like mine, then you might want to clean it up first. I would just put the water hose to it, but it's supposed to get like negatives here in the next couple days, so I'd rather just not get any water in the hose and then chance of busting the line. But let me get this cleaned up. And for these drain plugs, it's a 10 millimeter, I do believe. You just take it out and drain it. You know what? Take the motor off. It'll just be that much easier. Never had the motor off this thing, and I just want to look over it. So let me get the motor off. And if you're wondering how to take your motor off, it is 4 bolts, 2 up here, 2 up there, and then you'll disconnect your throttle cable. If you have a kill switch, disconnect your kill switch. And if you have anything else on your motor, like a I don't know, something, you want to take that off. So I'm gonna get these bolts out, get this motor off, and might show y'all a little bit through. Do the easier one here first. I'm gonna pop this throttle cable off. So all you'll need is a Phillips screwdriver and a 10 millimeter. So first thing you want to do is you're gonna want to unscrew this plate here. Allow the throttle cable come out easy. You ain't gotta take it out. You just want it to be able to free move. Next, you might not have to get a 10 millimeter in there. I know sometimes I do. There's no good angle for this. You're just gonna want to take this loose. Yes, I know I might be stripping the bolt out a little bit. It'll be fine. I'm not stripping it. Okay, this has got like a Mikuni end on it. What do you use on like a Mikuni carburetor? Like what's on the red bike to go in there? I guess they didn't have a normal throttle cable when they put this bike together, so it came out. So that's the easier one. Sometimes when you tighten it back up, you will have to use a 10 millimeter on that nut right there to hold it down. So next, grab our 10 here. We'll come around. You got a kill switch that's grounded out. Mine's grounded out to the gas tank, so I have to take this gas tank loose. I ain't got to take it very loose because I just have to, I think I'm tightening it. Anyway, I think I was going the right way. I don't know, I get mixed up sometimes. I'll show you in a minute what kind of connection I have on here. Had a problem, it came ungrounded. I don't know where it was grounded to, but I just took it and then put one of these on here, and it's worked. The kill switch has. Have troubles with it. If I leave it out in the rain, I have troubles with it. But if it's inside, I just pulled that connector out. So that's a little extra work I got to do now to get that back in there. But who don't mind some extra work? So we got everything disconnected from the motor that would be holding it on other than the motor. So, or other than the engine mount bolt. So I'm going to clean this up. And if it's like the other ones, 1/2 inch on top, and you feel underneath here, I do believe that's a 10. So we'll test that theory here. Put it on underneath here. Yeah, it's not a 10. You can see. Yeah, okay, so 1/2 on top, 1/2 on bottom. Pretty standard. That's what I've seen most mini bikes with. Unless you got a Coleman. There's a 10 on bottom, 1/2 on top. So I'll get these out and get back to you. Oh, also I forgot that I lost a spring, so I got to put a spring on there too. All right, I got all 4 engine bolts out. So now we can remove this motor. Now I was looking to see which way it would have to come out because these are tight. Well, there's one major thing that's kind of holding it on at this point, and I forgot to mention it. The chain. One of two things. pop the clutch off, or you can remove the chain. I'm going to remove the chain, so let me get that removed real quick. Okay, so now, after removing everything off the bike, now I can slide the motor out, which I'm going to slide it out this way, because it seems easier. So now that I've got it out and on the table, you can see here where the drain bolt is. I'm going to clean it up with the wire brush just so I don't get any mud in the motor. I don't really think it matters, but to me it does. So, come over here on the bike. My first time having the motor off. And for these Megamotos, here you can see where they put the stock 79cc, I do believe, motor. And whenever you put a 212 on there, you obviously got to drill new holes. Or you can get a plate. They drilled holes, which I like that better as far as putting it in the frame and not having to fiddle with all that. So I just want to see if I can see what year this thing is. Megamoto E. Megamoto E. 1000. So if I'm not mistaken, I do believe the Megamoto E is the electric bike. So this could have been an electric bike maybe. I don't know. But April of 17. So 2017. Just while I'm down here, I'm gonna grab this worn out wire brush here and just clean this away. If you're worried about it scratching up your paint using a wire brush, just remember that this goes under the motor, not above the motor. So that's better all around. So now we're going to come back up here and continue on changing this oil. Enough on the frame, more on the oil point of this video. So if you're wanting to change your oil, make sure you get this clean first, unless you cleaned it before like a normal person would. So next, we're going to talk about your oil. Before you take your oil out, won't be able to run it no more when you talk about your oil. I use 10W30, which I think is what you're supposed to use. I just got this Pennzoil that's really dirty, but the oil inside is clean. And I ain't got enough for this Pennzoil, so I'm going to have to use this TSC one-of-a-kind 10W30. I'm going to mix it. I don't care. I ain't got no more oil. So now I'm going to try to find something I can catch this old oil in. I got this Sunny D-Cam. It'll work. So, like I said, this drain bolt here is a 10mm. As a helicopter goes by. So I'm going to just get it loose here. So I figured out today that my ratchets jump. There. Alright. So now, after struggling that long, I am now going to put this off the side. Put our can of Sunny D up to it and catch this oil. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it's kind of black. One other tip you could do is take your take your plug out there. I didn't build this bike, so I don't know when the last time the oil was changed. The person that had it before me wasn't the nicest to her. So change your oil, save your motors. A $5 oil change can save you $150 now. I think these engines are up to, I'm not sure, when I bought Landon's, or when we got Landon's, I didn't buy it. It was $150. So this oil's black. It could have probably had a little bit more life left in her. But, you know, wanted to make a video on how to change your oil, just in case if you're wondering. So I'm gonna let this drain here and get back to you. Oh, it's just dripping. And while it's dripping, come over here and get a drain plug. See in there, not much oil left. So I'm gonna put this back in there and I'm gonna torque it down to spec. Okay, now that that's torqued to spec, you can put your oil in it. Like I said, I'm gonna use 10W30. I'm gonna mix match it because I ain't got enough Pennzoil. All right, so I got about yay much in there. So I'm gonna put this rest of this bottle in there, and then I'm gonna finish it off with the black bottle down there. So not overfill the funnel, and obviously make a mess, because what's working on something without making a mess, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna get this filled up and I'll get back to you. All right, here goes the second bottle. So just gonna, I forgot to read where this one was. So we're about there. I'm gonna just keep putting little by little until I'll show you where it is whenever it's done. All right, so as you can see in there, when it's up to the threads, that's where I like my oil to come to. So, and if you want to get technical about it, so I throw my flashlight. You can wipe this off with a dirty rag, because, well, I have anything clean. Put it in there, thread it in. Take it out, and you should be good to go. Yep, at the full mark. So, this is how to change the oil from a someone who barely knows what they're talking about. So after you change your oil and make a mess, you can put it back on your bike, which I'm not going to do in this video. I'll do it on my own. Before you put it on the bike, you can start it up, let it run, check your oil, all that good stuff. I'm not really worried about it. I'm gonna throw it in and beat on it, because that's the way I like to do stuff. So this is how to change your oil on a Predator 212. Same thing goes with any clone engines, Tilliton, Ducar, whatever other clone engines you can use on a Honda. This is how to change your oil on a Predator clone or a Honda clone. So let me know if you found this video helpful. I'm sorry it was a little long, but yeah, we'll get this back on the bike and ride around.